India has reported its first case of COVID variant XE from Mumbai today. The patients with the new variants of the virus don't have any severe symptoms yet. The World Health Organization had earlier warned that the new mutant may be more transmissible than any strain of COVID-19. Let me quickly open this up. Shivani is joining us from Mumbai, sharing, tracking this in Delhi. Shivani, more than 600 patients were tested, one of which has tested positive for Omicron XE.
Yes, Siddhant, so clearly talking about this particular 11th batch for genome testing, there were 376 samples. Those were taken by the BMC, out of which 230 patients were from Mumbai. And now one of them has been tested with XE positive, which is a subvariant of Omicron. And it has also been said that it is more transmissible than the other variants. Those are present. In fact, on 2nd of April itself, the CM had announced that people can go mask free. In fact, those who will not be wearing masks, they won't be charged with any kind of penalties. But as we see, the first case has been reported, yet no new guidelines has been issued by the BMC or by the Health Ministry as of now in Mumbai and Maharashtra specifically. But the doctors are suggesting that since it is more transmissible, people will have to follow the guidelines. Those were issued earlier and cannot take it lightly. Otherwise, again, the situation might get worse. And talking about Mumbai particularly, we have seen how in wave 1 and wave 2 particularly, Mumbai was facing huge crisis regarding this increasing cases of COVID. But now when XE, subvariant of Omicron, have been reported in Mumbai particularly, then of course we're expecting some new guidelines to be issued regarding this, because people here in public places are freely, openly walking around the streets without even wearing their masks. So we can clearly see that some guidelines we are expecting to come by tomorrow, but as of now it has been said that only one case has been reported, but yet the infected patient is a 50-year-old woman and has a travel history of South Africa. Yet more travel history.
She has a travel history, but she is fully vaccinated, Shivani, and she does not suffer from any other ailment. So basically no comorbidity. Sanjeev Bagai also joining the panel. Dr. Bagai, I'm coming to you. Sherine, what are you hearing from the Health Ministry on this? Anything yet?
Well, so far, there has not a specific statement that has been released by Health Ministry, but we are expecting some official statement as far as this XE variant is concerned. Now, XE variant is, of course, the combination of the sub-variant of Omicron, which is BA1 and BA2. And though it has, in fact, been seen as a fourth wave, there are a number of surge that we are seeing in China as well as Europe. But at the same time, WHO says that it needs more time to, in fact, identify whether it is a variant of interest or a variant of concern. Now, at the same time, there are also experts who have been saying that probably this is the time when the booster dose, in fact, being given to the rest of the population. There are also a set of experts who believe that XE variant might not really affect the Indian population, given the kind of immunity that has been acquired by a large section of the society. But at the same time, the situation right now that is being faced by a number of states is that the restrictions have been dropped. On 31st of March, there was, in fact, a guideline that has come from MHA, which says that it is voluntary to wear mask or not. So, of course, that is something whether the Health Ministry is going to rethink, because of this XE variant that we are talking about. The preliminary investigation suggests that it is 10 times more infectious than the rest of the variant that we have seen so far.
Let's get the expert view here. Dr. Bagai, first detected in UK, now found in Mumbai.
Good evening, Pranesh. So this is what we call as a recombination or a recombinant sublineage. It's a breakaway from the original Omicron. Omicron itself has 3 subvariants, what we call the BA.1, .2 and .3. So this is a combination, what we call as a recombination of BA.1 and BA.2. It's 10 times more infectious than BA.2 and 40 times more infectious than the sublineage BA.1. The important point here is it has 28 more unique genetic changes and 4 are specific to the spike protein. And it has picked up the backbones of both. And the mutations are SR452 and SR375. So these are the 2 mutations which make it more cleavage at the furin cleavage site and more fusogenic. There should be no panic. There should be no change in protocols. But I would still very strongly suggest that the unmasking should not be there. We must insist on masking, especially in closed clusters or crowded places or in bars or in restaurants and other places. And extremely important, Pranesh, is the booster dose. There is a new study which has come out on 4th of March, which has clearly, 4th of April, in fact, which has clearly shown in New England Journal of Medicine that 3.5-fold increase in immunity and protection for severe disease with the boosters. This has been published from Israel.
I was about to come to that, because this will now, Dr. Bagai, revive the debate on boosters, because here we have a situation where this 50-year-old woman was fully vaccinated, yet she's caught this.
So the real reason is that the Omicron tricks the immune system. You have a higher, what we call as resistance to the neutralizing antibodies and a higher breakthrough infection, approximately 5 to 8.5 folds more. So the boosters should be liberalized. We have a vaccine stock in India which is huge. We have finished 186 crore vaccines, which is a monumental achievement. Full compliments to the entire nation. But we must make boosters readily available for everyone. In fact, there are countries like Israel and UK which are now promoting the 4th dose. But we must focus on the 3rd dose, which we call as the booster dose, for everyone, easily accessible right in your neighborhood.
Until that happens, do not allow your mask to slip. Dr. Bagai, thanks for joining us on that story. We move on to